Thank God we shot it so well. But as a fan, as a person who loves basketball, that was a great game. Obviously, offensively, we could probably not play better. I was just really proud of the way we bounced back from a really poor offensive effort at South Dakota State, and really, really played well. And for us, we were getting a lot of threes. We were also scoring around the basket quite a bit, getting to the free throw line, which I think probably ended up being the difference in the game. They were just so dependent on hitting outside shots. The thing was, they did. They really hit a lot of shots, but. I think when you look at how we couldn't stop them, a big part of that was the second chance points. 21 offensive rebounds is just pretty much unacceptable. And it really helps your confidence as a shooter when you can shoot it and know that there's a good chance your team's going to get it back and score. They scored 25 second chance points. You take some of those away. I think we play a little bit better defensive game. And obviously, Lauren Lovin, we knew she could shoot it. We didn't do a great job playing personnel. Sam Romanowski, but it's hard. They've got, I wrote on the board before, they got 5 kids who can really shoot it, who could be that kid that goes off for 7 or 8 threes. So that's really tough. But overall, I'm glad we kind of got our groove back offensively, and we got the game at the pace we wanted, and we were still able to win the game handily.
When you go into halftime, do you feel good knowing, boy, that's as good as they can shoot and we're still up? Or are you thinking, boy, if we just aren't making shots in the second half, we're going to be in trouble?
Both. You thought, okay, probably, you definitely worried that we can't continue at this pace. But definitely thinking, okay, they probably can't continue at this pace either. And then lo and behold, both teams pretty much continued at the pace for the most part. So, it was, 11 at half. That's like a 2 or 3 point ball game with that pace. At one point we were up 18 or so in the first quarter, and the 8-0 run, it happened so fast at that pace. So we didn't feel comfortable at all. I didn't think that they could keep it up offensively. Part of our defense is really limiting easy baskets, and they got hardly any easy baskets. But they were able to get a lot of fairly easy 3-pointers, 15-foot jumpers, and so. Again, I still felt like going into halftime that maybe they would have a hard time playing at our pace and keeping up.
When you are playing at pace like that, as a coach, do you just let them go? and just kind of, how do you handle that?
Yeah.
The way you were shooting the ball.
Right. Yeah, and I would say in general, as a coach, I kind of let them go, which is great when you're having an offensive outburst like that. It's also a pretty helpless feeling, when you are really struggling to score and we don't have the structure to, call a set play and try to get this look or that look. And although I've seen teams that have plenty of structure still really struggle to score. So I think it's just part of basketball, and that's what you got to kind of understand. But I pretty much, I trust our players so much offensively, and they're so good when they're playing with freedom and they're aggressive and they're pushing the ball. I thought our spacing was pretty good, and when the difference was really early in the game, we were attacking and it was like we were trying to draw a foul, throwing ourselves into their bodies. I thought that happened a lot at South Dakota State, and when we started going to score, maybe cutting them off early, but then going to find the basket, making secondary moves, we actually got the free throw line a lot more.
You ever had a game like this?
No.
Point-wise?
I don't think so. I don't ever remember a game where, it's just this intense offensively, and teams are just playing at such a high level offensively. No, I don't. And, to set an NCAA record, obviously we don't want to give up 18 threes, but I don't know if our kids realize how big it is to set an NCAA record. The history of the game, that's the most combined 3-pointers, that's pretty neat to be a part of. And a lot of credit goes to Denver, too. They played tremendous offensively.
You look at Emily's numbers, and then you look at the other numbers you got with her. That's what do you say about that?
I've never seen a game where you have 3 people score over 25 points. I don't even know if I've ever seen that box score besides kind of a funky system like Grinnell or Macomb High or something like that. But you look at Emily, Emily's 1 rebound away from a triple-double. The 13 assists are probably just as impressive as the 39 points. And part of it is she's getting those assists because we're hitting shots too. And that makes it, that assist number always kind of is an indicator of how we're shooting the ball. But I thought Morgan played a really tremendous game. I mean, talk about efficiency, 10 of 13 from the field. I thought Taylor Higginbotham gave us some aggressiveness there where we maybe started to have a little bit of a lull, and she had 3 assists on 0 turnovers and 3 steals. So I thought, statistically, obviously, when you have a game like that, you're going to have some big numbers.
What's it like when you're playing at a pace like that? I mean, it's got to be a lot of fun, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and it's the kind of pace that we like to play at. We're a fast-paced team, and that game had a ton of possessions, both ways. So obviously a very high-scoring game, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun to play, and hopefully a lot of fun to watch.
Clemens, I noticed your foot was red. Was everything all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I just came down on a foot, just a little. It's fine.
Morgan, was the shooting kind of contagious? I mean, it seemed like everybody was hitting. And I mean, did you kind of feel that tonight?
We came out, I don't even think we missed a 3 at all in the first quarter. I don't know, it's good to see the ball go in, I think, for other people, not just myself, go through the net, and I think it helps a lot of other people as well.
When both Olivia's and Sam are making threes as well, is that kind of just a result of that contagious? Because, I mean, they're good shooters, but they're not usually the ones who are taking a bulk of your three-pointers, and I think all 3 of them hit a 3 in that first quarter or first half.
Yeah, I mean, it gives them confidence, too, when they see hitting threes, and then we're hitting threes, and I think, like you said, it's just super contagious.
Did you guys think that both you guys and Denver would be able to keep that pace up in the second half when it came to offensively and making threes? Did you guys think that eventually maybe the pace might slow down, but then it never did?
Yeah, at halftime, it was a high-scoring game at that point, and I at least, thought maybe one of the teams would cool down, but it was just a hot shooting night on both ends, and it just says a lot about the girls and the endurance, and we were able to rotate in some players, and they played a decent amount of girls as well, and just keep that pace and the whole game.
Do you guys get a sense when you can think a team is kind of starting to fade as far as endurance goes? Because it seemed like you were up maybe 10 or 12 points with about 5 minutes left, but you were still pushing, you were still shooting threes, you were still really kind of running down the floor where it looked like they just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, Gravina says, to still stay in attack mode. I think that's really big for us, and they go on runs, and then we're still up by 15. We don't want to get complacent on offense because obviously bad things happen when we do that, and we start being afraid to lose, and I feel like that obviously is not good.
Did you guys come out with this mentality that you're going to shoot this well, or did it just happen to be everyone's night?
We definitely don't try to think about it. I think we know what we're capable of going into every game, but when you have so many players that shoot a lot of threes, you kind of think 2 girls might have an off night, but the rest of us can kind of pick up the slack. But I think it's a rare occasion that everyone is just that consistent throughout that whole night. But like I said, it just says a lot about our team, and we're confident in everyone to shoot the 3. That's one recruiting tool that Gravina takes a lot of pride in. He likes people who can spread the floor and knock down threes, and everyone on our team is capable of doing that.
Have you guys looked at the box score and looked at some of the numbers? Because, there's just a lot of double digits here and everything. So.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't looked.
Where are you guys at right now, do you think, as a team, as you kind of get now and as you start in the second half of the Summit League?
I think this was a good bounce-back win after the South Dakota State loss at Frost. I think we are pretty confident in our play right now, and then like Gravina said earlier, it's nice. The second round is a lot more fun because we know the other teams better and we know how they're going to attack our zone, and we can adjust to that.
What did that game kind of teach you guys? With what you didn't do offensively, and how did that kind of translate to tonight?
Just the mentality going in. We have a history of just not performing well at Frost, and that's not an excuse. We just, we went out there with every intention of playing hard and knocking down shots, but it just didn't happen that night. And that's a testament to that environment and what they provide as a team. But at the same time, you can't win unless you're near perfect there, and we were far from perfect. And we know that any road game in this league, you have to be near perfect to win. So I think it was a huge learning experience for us, and honestly, I think it's going to help us. As tough as it was, I think it's going to end up, we're going to use it for motivation the rest of the second half of conference.